How's it going, y'all? My name is Zenna. Welcome back to another video. I oftentimes get asked about a movement guide, or how am I able to move around the map so quickly? Today, I wanted to offer y'all some of my best movement tips in Battlefield 2042. If you find this video helpful in any way, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. I greatly appreciate you being here. Now, starting off here, Battlefield 2042 is a game full of random chaos. There is absolutely no way to avoid all the random deaths in this game, but having good movement on the battlefield will certainly keep you alive longer and allow you to gain better positioning. With all of Battlefield 2042's flaws, movement presents itself as really the only skill gap this game has to offer. My hope is this video will help you improve your movement, which in turn will improve your overall gameplay experience. Keep in mind, I have been practicing these techniques since the game released, so if you don't get it right away, don't get frustrated. Just take a little time to practice. I guarantee you it will be worth it in the end. My main movement technique is a simple slide jump that can be utilized on any specialist. The button combination will be jump, slide, jump. By the way, when I say slide, I'm referring to crouch. So breaking down this combo, after hitting your first jump, as soon as you land, you immediately follow up with the slide jump for a slight boost in momentum. Find the rhythm with this combo and practice it while running in between objectives. Jump, slide, jump. Jump, slide, jump. Once you get the hang of this method, it will become second nature, and you won't even have to think about it at all. I would like to add, if you hit this combo on a downward hill, it will give you an extra boost. I use this movement non-stop while playing Battlefield 2042. It gives me an advantage in almost any situation, whether you're on controller, mouse and key, bad aim, good aim, it doesn't matter. With this technique, you are able to catch other players off guard most of the time, since most Battlefield players aren't used to advanced movement. My next best movement tip involves jump peeking corners. I come from an Apex background, and sliding is very common in that game. But I'm here to tell you, slide peeking people in 2042 will do nothing but get you killed. I speak from lots of experience on this matter, since it was and still is a bad habit of mine. The slide doesn't carry the same momentum it does in Apex, therefore making it much worse in Battlefield 2042. If you insist on sliding being a part of your playstyle, then I would say at the bare minimum, you have to slide cancel immediately by using jump. This will at least keep you from being an easy target and will help you move around quicker. So just to summarize this movement, sprint into slide, followed immediately by a jump to surprise the enemy. This will at least make sliding somewhat viable in Battlefield 2042. However, if you really want to catch your opponent off guard, jump peeking the corner is your best bet. Start off by getting some speed with attack sprint. Follow this up with an aggressive jump to surprise your enemy. You can even combine the jump slide jump combo we went over before for even more speed into the jump peak. Some of this may sound overwhelming for some players, but I promise you it's not complicated at all. I make it look easy simply because I've practiced this movement since the release of Battlefield 2042. So we're talking almost 2 years I've been practicing this movement. Another tip I want to throw in here involves vehicles. Obviously, you can use vehicles to move around the map, but did you know you can use the momentum of the vehicle to boost your player movement? For example, I have a clip on Kaleidoscope where I drive the Jeep from spawn, jump out at high speed, and bunny hop my way into the objective right away. Keep in mind, this clip I'm using Irish as well. It's a funny little trick that you can use to get the jump on your opponents in certain situations. If we throw McKay into the mix, you can use his grapple to grab vehicles and either close the gap for a C5 play or use the vehicle's momentum to propel yourself forward towards your new position. Now, if you're still wanting more movement outside your normal specialist, you're going to need to look at McKay. His grapple adds a ton of movement potential besides the obvious grapple to the high ground. An argument can be made for Sundance, but I don't like having to rely on having high ground all the time to activate the wingsuit. With McKay, you have unlimited high ground. Plus, you can use his grapple to carry momentum and use this to bunny hop simply by pressing jump and no other buttons. So just to summarize this movement, you will grapple at a medium height, maybe slightly above your player's head. It doesn't matter the object. Just make sure you aren't grappling with too much vertical angle. You will go halfway through your grapple animation, then cancel by jumping. From this point, until you stop bunny hopping, you are not touching any other movement buttons. Only pressing spacebar or your jump keybind. And yes, before anyone asks, everything I've talked about in this video can be done on controller. It may be easier with paddles, but I can 100% confirm it's doable on controller. I have people ask me all the time about how I stay alive for so long or how I move so fast. A lot of this comes down to just abusing the movement tips I shared with y'all today, along with the occasional McKay gameplay. I knew McKay was going to be my specialist of choice as soon as I saw the trailer for Battlefield 2042. The scene where McKay grapples onto the crane on Hourglass. The additional movement he can access is such a great advantage if utilized correctly. I can cross open fields by using the grapple bunny hop technique we went over, and then combine this with a smoke. I can basically cross open fields with no problem, on top of having infinite high ground. Battlefield 2042's terrible map design almost forces me to use McKay in order to keep myself out of unwinnable situations. That's all I have for y'all today. I hope you learned at least one helpful tip by watching my video. If you have any questions about anything I went over today, please let me know in the comments. I will do my best to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're pushing for 800 subs right now. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you next time.